Guys. Hey. They're gonna be. I don't know if they're wrestlers so much. All right, guys. The wrestlers are coming. But yeah, I just wanted to say a few words real quick about these guys. I had looked for a very long time for Peter and David Paul, the Barbarian Brothers, for quite some time, and one day I finally got an email that said, "Hey, call me." Pretty much that's it. And then I started talking to Peter, Paul, and everything is where it is now. And so I'm really happy to bring them here tonight and introduce them to you guys. I also want to thank Tim and everybody at the Draft House and everybody from Action Figure and everybody who's kind of put this whole thing into motion. So, without further delay, I'd like to introduce to you Peter and David Paul, the Barbarian Brothers.
Thank you. I'm Peter, and this is Peter. I mean, repeat. Pete and repeat. Anyway, that was supposed to be our names, Pete and repeat, but my parents didn't want to name us that one. My older brother and sister did. Anyway, we're just here to announce this movie, and then after, we're going to answer questions. And the first movie is going to be The Barbarians. Woo! That was the most fun film that we made. We had a really good time, and actually, that whole movie we ad-libbed, because when we got there, the screenplay, we said, if we do this film, it's going to be a complete disaster. So, I don't know. I'm glad you're at the Draft House, because for me to watch these movies, you have to either be stoned or drunk. You know, and we're stoned and drunk. That's how we were born. We don't have to do it. It just comes out of our, you know. We never drank a beer in our life. It just naturally screwed up. Yeah. Anyway, we hope you like it, and then we'll answer any questions and all that after. Yeah. Thanks for coming down here.
So we're going to open up the floor to questions from you guys for 15 to 20 minutes, and then before the next showing, if you guys want to take a photo or say hi to, or we have the posters from the event if you want to get one signed. They're going to be out in the lobby, and you can talk to them there then as well. And then coming up next is Double Trouble, which was directed by John Paragon, who also played You'll recognize him, you know, maybe his name, not his name, but his face if you ever saw him. He's the guy who played Zombie on Pee-wee's Playhouse. So, Zombie the Genie. And he is also, in his right, a screenwriter, director, and he's one of the best folks you ever worked with. But you can ask about that or anything else, because we now present the most powerful force in entertainment, the Barbarian Brothers.
I don't like this mic. I don't like this one either. Dude, I like this one better. Seriously. It was in Italy.
Like, where in Italy? Just all over?
Yeah, all over.
Most of it was in this place called Lagula. And it was, we had a blast doing this movie. It was, we used to just at lunchtime go ride horses, like, because it was all open, you know, and it was a lot of fun.
Did you see at the end when I went after that horse and I pulled the horse? That was the first, well, actually the first scene in the film. They had us ride down this hill, and I told my brother, I go, there was a tree that had fallen, and I go, I'm gonna jump over that tree, right, with the horse. And the horse stopped, and I flew over the tree. That was the first scene. The second scene of that film was that when I was pulling on the horse, and the horse was pulling back, and I actually completely like screwed up my knee. And like we had to take a week off of filming, and like that's why that whole movie, I don't know if you know, but I'm limping and like.
The director was going, "You're breaking my movie. You're breaking my movie. Oh, you're breaking my movie." He always tried to like, you know, these scenes like we did our own stunts and like when we were sneaking into Talshit. I don't know if you saw when we run in and then the gate is open and then David did a somersault and I go, "Why do you do that stuff? You're gonna get hurt on all the rocks and everything." Too bad they didn't have the special effects they have today.
A movie would cost $1 million.
I have a question. How did you guys get involved in the movie? Did someone approach you? Did you volunteer? I mean, how did that work out?
First we did, the first movie we ever did was called DC Cab. Joel Schumacher directed that film, and we originally went to Hollywood. You know, we thought we'd get into acting, but we went there originally for bodybuilding, and then we used to go on stage and break world records and make people laugh. And then Scott Ostler from the LA Times did a story on us, and that one article got us Sports Illustrated, like a 14-page spread. INLA, Merv Griffin, What's Up America. Every show we did became the #1 rated show for the time slot. And then Joel saw us on one of the shows and wrote us into the movie. We didn't even have to try out.
You saw us on Regis Philbin. Actually, it was called Health Styles, and I brought my dog on this show. And Regis came out and he goes, "I brought some red raw meat out in case the Barbarian Brothers get hungry." And the dog was running around and barking, and everybody was laughing. And then that's the thing Joel saw, and then he called us into the to do DC Cab, and he said to us, he goes, I'm hiring you guys because of your energy and you're funny, and I'll give you some advice: never take your shirts off because you're going to be stereotyped. And we begged him to take our shirts off in DC Cab one scene, and like it ruined us for the rest of our But you know what? We were never supposed to make it in Hollywood. You know, when you go through life and you start understanding everything, and like doing like we were acidic pigs back then. I mean, our whole lifestyle, bodybuilding, it's all unhealthy. The whole thing is ridiculous. And we had to go through our walk in order to understand what we're supposed to do. And we've both been told by the universe now what to do. And I don't know if you're interested, but that's what we've been, the last 7 years we quit doing movies, and we've both been on our individual legends, what we're supposed to do, and you know, that's what's going on with us right now. We'll tell you what we're doing. We're cross-dressers in Vegas.
You got a question? Show me our muscles. We don't have any more. The muscles on there.
Those are special effects.
I'm 3 minutes
Three
over.
minutes.
What's the worst fight you ever guys got into physically, and who won?
When we were little, he was going after me with a knife. And he was up on a table, and he was like, our parents used to leave us alone, and like, they couldn't hire a babysitter because nobody would want a babysitter. We had a reputation, so we couldn't get a babysitter for real.
The kids in our neighborhood weren't allowed to play with us. Yeah. We're dyslexic and ADD, so like, you know, we were impossible when we were little. Every light socket in our house was blown because we used to take screwdrivers and stick them in the socket because we loved to watch the sparks come out. It was fascinating.
How much oil did you guys go through in that movie?
Cases.
Was somebody hired just to oil you guys up?
What was that?
Was someone hired to just oil you up all the time?
No, but there was someone hired to massage us all the time.
Who came up with the things of the film? Was that your idea or the director's? Or?
No, the whole, every scene in that film almost is ad-libbed.
We hated the
We
script.
hated it. We got together and we go, how could we spoof this?
When we got there, they wanted to take out the hanging scene, and we said we're going back to LA then, because it was our favorite scene in the movie. So at least they got that, you know.
He's been doing that foghorn for years. And it makes me laugh.
We did, me and my roommate in college were the only people who know how to do that. And so we used to go to movies, and my roommate would go on one side of the theater, and I would go on the other, and we'd wait for the saddest moment of the movie. And then we would start laughing. And then, you know when you go to a movie and it says you are listening to THX sound? After that goes on, then I'm in the theater going, and that's what happens.
I thought that this was the first R-rated movie I sneaked into, but it turns out I think there was another movie where you were, you know, had swords, and was there no other movie that you guys were in besides this one?
That was the only one.
Really?
This is the only, we did a movie we were like extras in with the Hudson brothers. But it was like, we played Roman guards. It was like a real little part. He's asking how old we were when we did that movie. I think we were like, for DC Cab, I think we were like 15 years old. We never grew on beyond 15. Like, we stopped having our birthday. We think that you're as old as your mind says you are. And so if you celebrate your birthday, you're going to start thinking I'm this age. So if you never go beyond 15, you know, then you'll probably keep acting that way. The goal in life is when you come to this planet is you want to keep your child spirit. And I think most people lose that.
That doesn't mean act like a child. It means
Have an open heart.
Yeah, have an open heart and have faith. Because if you tell if there's going to be an earthquake or there's a disaster or whatever it is, and you tell your son or your daughter, you don't have to worry. They have 150% faith that will not happen. They trust, and that's what you need to keep forever. Is that trust, that faith.
Were you guys nervous at all about working with the director of Cannibal Holocaust, Ruggero Deodato? Did you know that when
What did he do?
Cannibal Holocaust, the most banned film of all time?
No, we didn't know that.
Next movie, there's a classic line, chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone.
No, that's a different movie.
Is it a joke? We're not gonna see that one tonight?
No.
Chicken bone, lucky chicken bone. Do you know he
Lucky,
couldn't
lucky, knock on wood, have a rabbit, treat him good. Yogi Berra, Tug McGraw.
Start him up, kumbaya. He knows it now. He knows that now, but during the movie, he's looking up at the lines on the visor. Lucky, treat him good. Rabbit, knock on wood. Yogi Berra, Tug McGraw. I forgot my lines, kumbaya.
You know what? A funny story. Some friends of mine were doing a movie in Russia, and the truck drivers were driving the truck, and it stalled. And these were two Russian drivers, and they couldn't start the car. And the Russian drivers started going, lucky, knock on wood. They knew the lines from the movie. Unbelievable. All the directors that we picked, that guy who did Think Big, he's a famous director now at Disney. Yeah.
You guys have talked about how horrible the original script was. I'm really intrigued. Could you give us a little snippet of what this script was actually like?
We came worse than what you saw. At least this movie makes you laugh, you know, like that's why this movie was successful everywhere in the world, except for the United States. because they didn't have the money to promote it, you know. But like it isn't a good movie, but it's, I don't know, you know, we're having fun, so the audience has fun. That's what I think it is. I don't know.
How long were you filming in Italy?
We went there for a month. We just did sword fighting, and we rode horses, and then it took like, I think, how many weeks? 6 to 8 weeks to film.
What was the green stuff in the dragon?
Paint. Freezing water-based paint with like rubber in it, like.
It was freezing when we were jumping up.
You wanna?
I just want to know how you got into bodybuilding and what made you decide you didn't want to do it anymore.
I started working out first. I wanted to get big for football, and I was like 15 years old. And how long did it take? Like, in 6 months, I was bench pressing 315 pounds, and I weighed 145. And then we both had very natural strength. And then when I was getting big, he goes, "Man, that's cool. Why don't you wear short sleeve shirts to school?" But I was always so insecure anyway that like I never wanted to show my body, and like I was never into I just like the, you know, working out for like the, I don't know. I'm sorry I ever did it. We still work out, but not like, you know, more just to be fit, you know. We're both vegetarians now. We eat fish, but the rest is greens.
Is there any other questions before the next one?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I noticed there was 2 videos before the movie. Was that all you're just into music now, or was that like some of your?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm doing, then he can tell you what he. For the last 7 years, I've been a photographer, and it's enabled me to do a lot of art. I paint, and I just finished a screenplay when I was in. I went to Hawaii 12 days, and those 2 videos, I had them with me. I'm doing a lot of music. I've recorded like 90 songs in the last like 3 years, you know. But I've written a whole bunch, and then so that my focus is like right now, basically, I have a film here that I just directed. It's a short. I don't know if you guys want to see it. It's 14 minutes. It's an art film, but it's very esoteric. It's up to interpretation right now because it's not done. But it's like it's about it's called Spirit Ride, and it's about the rebirth of peace, the rebirth of love, the rebirth of the environment. And it's about it's basically three people searching for their happiness, searching for what they think, what their life is all about. And when they realize what their purpose is, they receive a dove, meaning their peace. And I have it here if you guys want to see it.
I think they're going to show it after Double Trouble.
Make them show it, you can take them.
They were going to show it after Double Trouble, but if you guys, some of you guys are going to be in for that. It's if we do show it now, then there's just going to maybe be a little bit less time in the lobby for doing stuff, but then that that can run into the beginning of the next movie anyway. So I guess I'll run up to the projection booth and see if they'll show it, and then after the short film, and maybe you guys will go out and sign stuff. And in the meantime, do you want to tell people what you've done?
Anyway, what I've been doing for the last 7 years is I created a company called Positively Entertainment, and I created like 13 intellectual properties. It's for kids. What I do is attack problems the parents face with their kids and have the solution through entertainment. So this is the problem: nightmares and getting your kids to sleep and understanding fear, and here's the solution. It's through stories and music and videos and blah blah blah. You'll be hearing about it, but that's really been our focus. And now we have a couple of scripts that we actually like. We've never done a movie that we liked. We did it for the money. But we have a couple of scripts that we like, so we might be doing that. And what we'll do is do it for very very low budget, and we won't take a salary, and we'll direct it and do the cinematography for it. And the first one is us is gay, and the other one's a hitman for the mafia. That's funny.
You have to argue, I know I want you to be gay, or I'd rather be the
In that screenplay, actually, we're hardly ever, it goes from back and forth. We're not really together hardly in the film. But who knows it? I mean, whatever will be, will be, You want to see the film? Yeah. I'd like you to see it because I'm not gonna tell. There's 5 major scenes missing, so you're gonna definitely be moved. Probably, maybe not. And remember, this film that you're gonna see, I shot the whole thing with a still camera. And
This is a secret.
you're gonna run it before Double Trouble.
We're going to run the film before the next film that screens, but you guys are welcome to watch the short film and hang out and see it, and that way these guys can meet people and do the signings and everything, but nobody doesn't get to see them, nobody's going to miss the opportunity to watch the short film too. So you guys can go out to the lobby and meet and get, do whatever you want with that, and then come back and watch the short film that's going to play now before Double Trouble, and then feel free to hang out and all. So does that work out for everybody?
Yes.
All right, so that's the deal. There's not going to be any wrestling, I'm afraid. We didn't get those contracts together, so sorry about that. So they're going to go ahead out in the lobby. You guys can take photos and signatures and all that, so feel free. I know, I just said, can we really cut Motorhead off? But it's not like, how many of you guys know that song? I mean, yeah. It's not like, how does that song go?
hear that again after about 3 more buckets of beer. So we're gonna start out with David's short film. We're gonna proceed right into Double Trouble. And then I hope you guys have a lot of questions after that. The short film's really good, and Double Trouble's really good. So hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for sticking around, and thanks to the Draft House and everybody again who helped out. So here is David's short film, followed by Double Trouble.
Barbarian Brothers are here to answer, and you can also meet them out in the lobby afterwards. So we'd like to once again present the Barbarian Brothers. Thanks for coming.
Oh boy. 2 movies in a row.
How many people were here for the first one? I don't know. Any questions?
Which scene did you have the most trouble not laughing through?
I don't know. I had trouble reading the screenplay.
Seems like in both of the movies, one of y'all was like the moral and ethical guy, and the other guy was the more impulsive bad guy. Is that true between you guys in real life?
Usually he plays the tougher guy.
In real life, does he play the tougher guy?
I don't know. We have this project Night and Day that I wrote, and the idea is that it's like a modern day Odd Couple. And, so I'm Day and he's Night because I'm always smiling and he's like looks serious, but.
Who's got the most style?
I don't know, you tell us. The style in that movie, my face was fat, that's what it was.
Great, both of you guys.
Yeah.
Right. Does anyone else have any questions? Anything you could ask us, it doesn't have to be about the movie.
Why didn't we show Twin Sitters to make it a triple feature?
Well, just of interest, raise your hand, like if, is your favorite movie The Barbarians out of what we did, or Double Trouble, or Twin Sitters, or?
Twin Sitters.
There's no doubt about it.
You got to soar like an eagle.
No doubt about it.
Oh God, wait, what's Mr. T like?
You see that scene in the, I don't know if you guys noticed it in the trailer, when Mr. T was in front of the White House?
I don't know about you, but I like to kill what I love.
Next, if you see it,
And I never come back from all never. I don't know about you, but I like what I've become these last 2 weeks. And I never go the way I was before. Never!
he's holding the script. If you want to run back the trailer, you'll see he's holding the script in his hand. 32 takes. He couldn't remember the lines. I don't know about you.
And that scene, that whole dialogue with DC Cab, the whole cast would get together and we'd perform the lines, and then he would let you ad-lib, and I ad-libbed that whole thing, and then he wrote it and gave the lines to Mr. T.
He was a nice guy, though, seriously. It's funny how everyone in that movie made it big, like Marsha Warfield,
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, look how huge he made it. I remember back then he was going, he wanted to be the next Johnny Carson.
What's Gary Busey like?
We were the only ones that didn't make it.
Gary Busey's funny. He was funny. Gary Busey was like on cocaine the whole movie.
And Charlie Barnett, we were taking amino acids, and he'd come into the room and go, "Give me some of that natural cocaine." And then one time he came in my room, and my girlfriend had a Tampax, and he filled up a glass of water, put it in, let it fizz, and then he drank it. Do you know he couldn't read? He had to memorize the whole script. You know, Joel taught him the screenplay. He tried out for Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy, and he would have gotten the part, but he couldn't read. And he died of a drug overdose.
No, I think he got AIDS from
Same thing. Wow. No, Charlie is it?
Charlie Barnett was the lead guy. He was really funny. He his father used to pull him up on a rope by his feet upside down and beat him when he was a Boy, come over here! How many times have I told you not to leave the hose in the driveway, huh?
That was our father. Where can I plug the typewriter in, Dad?
Why don't you plug it up your ass?
What's for dinner?
Spaghetti, you want to put your balls in? We used to tell our father, hey, Dad, I got this new job today. We would stutter, we were so afraid of him, and he would go, N-I, boy, N-I, not interested in anything you have to say.
Really, it was our friend's father. That's who we're.
My father's actually meaner than that.
Yeah. He told his friend. He told his dad. He goes, Dad, I think I'm gonna go with Peter and David to Rhode Island. And he goes, why don't you go to Rhode Island with your gorilla buddies and build your body? Because God knows you don't have a mind. We went to paint this guy's house. This is a true story. His name was Mr. Platt. And we painted houses. Paul Brothers Paint. Let us fuck up your house. David Dolly and Peter Picasso. And then, so we went there and we go, Mr. Platt, you know what? Look at your house. It's peeling. It's just gonna. We could paint it, but it's ridiculous. You should just put aluminum siding on it because it's just gonna peel. And he goes, look, are you gonna give me an estimate or are you gonna give me a slow jerk?
Gordon, his son, came to California and he got a Volkswagen and he drove it back to Connecticut. And then it was one day it was snowing like crazy, and Gordon, he went for a stop sign and totaled the car. So he's up at the corner at this gas station, and his father drives up in a Mercedes, and
Gordon just totaled the car, completely totaled.
In tears,
he's crying. He's lucky he's alive. The car is totaled behind him. You got to picture this. At the gas station, and his father looks at Gordon. He's shivering. His car's there, totaled behind him.
And he imagine the window going down. He looks at Gordon, and looks at the car, and back at Gordon. He goes, "Boy, fuck you and the horse you rode in on, and the whole cavalry behind you, boy." Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. I think the engine seized. Yeah, like your brain. Someone said where we're from. We're from Mars, and then we transferred and we moved to Connecticut.
What's like the most like ridiculous like I don't know like growing up story like y'all ever have any like
Yeah, I'll tell you one.
like moment?
Yeah, one time, this kid that lived next, like two streets away from us, named Glenn Greenberg, and he came over to our house, and we tied him up on a chair on in the backyard. In the backyard, it was a straw chair, and we put leaves under it and lit them on fire. And then, we were running around this like, our father came in and saved them. It's a true story. There lived another kid named Michael Fain, and he came over our house and he put his bike, on the driveway, just threw it down, and I went in the car and pulled the emergency brake and ran over his bike. Our parents had to buy him a new bike.
We used to walk home from school all the time and go to the construction sites, and we used to pee in the bulldozers. He's in Sports Illustrated, and one of my parents' friends wrote into the magazine, because once we used to like eat real fast like kids do, and they would go play in the basement. So we went in the basement and we found saws, and they had antique furniture. We cut all the legs off the furniture. We were just curious. We weren't bad. Like curious stories. When you're ADD and dyslexic, that's what you do.
Any other questions?
Did you guys drive the monster truck in Twin Sitters? Did you guys actually drive that thing? That's
Yeah, and the engine blew when it was going over those, driving over those cars. The engine blew up. You know that in Double Trouble, when that car, we got in that car and went around the corner and it went on two wheels? Yeah. That wasn't a stunt driver. That was the producer's truck, and he goes, "Be careful with my truck, okay? You gotta be really still because it's really low to the ground."
I almost had a heart attack. I thought we were gonna fly over them. They were so cheap, the producers of that movie. Like, we had to do our own stunts when we're falling down the steps. And we went into the street, and that car just missed us like by 2 inches, smashing into us.
When we did the deal of that movie, they gave us a contract, and we signed the contract for a certain amount of money, right? And then they waited a while, and then they knew we were broke, and then they called us in the office and go, "See this contract?" And they ripped it up in front of our face, and they go, "If you want to do it, you have to do it for this." Just started crying.
No, you got it mixed up. That was two different movies. Double Trouble, they gave us a new contract, and they didn't tell us, and they took $50,000 out of the contract. And then we caught them in it, remember? When that movie breaks even, we're supposed to get a lot of money.
We called them, they said there was a flood, there's no records.
A friend of mine, a flood in LA. It's a normal LA deal. What?
Where was it filmed?
Double Trouble, that was shot in LA.
Was that cheeseburger that you guys ate at? Is that LA too? What was that place? Is that real?
You ate a cheeseburger?
Wait, did that crumb actually fall off?
Back then we used to eat meat. What'd you say?
Did that, that crumb, that was did it fall off or did you wipe it off?
Still on there.
There's no good, so we just made like that.
Were you guys always giant, or were you really skinny and then started working out?
I got this.
We started working out when we were 15, so
We were built like Sylvester Stallone on steroids when we were little.
How long have you been a vegetarian?
Sylvester Stallone's doing Rocky 10 right now. I wish I was Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, you're right. He's miserable, even though he's loaded. You're a 202-pound Italian tank rocket.
What are some of like the crazier like scripts people have come to you with, like that theme around the fact that you're twins?
Like what?
The just crazy script ideas that people have presented to you.
We've never had a good script. Honestly, I never could read one of them for real. I've never read a book in my life, though, actually. Thank God. Who wants to come up with someone else's ideas? You know, come up with your own ideas. What'd you think of the film, my film?
Yeah. Cool.
Interesting when it's done.
Yeah.
Very good visuals.
Was it just a lot of photography that you put together?
What do you mean?
Like, was it like it was shot very choppy? Did you just like take a bunch of photos and then
It's all
string it
it's all
together?
stills.
It was stills.
The whole movie's stills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys tell them about My Barbarian Brothers?
What's my brother?
The kids show you guys were gonna do?
You want to do a kid show?
No, I'm doing a kids thing. The project I've been doing for 7 years all deals with kids and all that, but it's not really something that we're doing. We had a TV show a long time ago announcing the trades for NBC. It was going to be a Saturday morning show called My Barbarian Brothers. We lived in a kid's treehouse in the backyard. And NBC called, Disney called NBC and said, if you do that TV show with the Barbarian Brothers, we're going to pull Darkwing Duck and some other show. So our show got pulled off the air, or we would have had a show. We had a 5-picture deal with New Line Cinema. No, a 5-picture deal with Sony Pictures fall apart. A 3-picture deal with New Line fall apart. Warner Brothers, after Twin Cities wanted to turn this into a franchise, fell apart. We were doing rock and roll rap before Vanilla Ice and all these white guys. You know, we were rapping before anyone. Stepped into an elevator, then I took a pause. There's a man staring at me in the mirror in the wall.
It looked familiar, but I didn't have a clue. I thought it could have been me, hey, but it could have been you.
I looked him up and down, and I looked him all around. He looked back, but he didn't make a sound.
Turned to my brother, and my brother started laughing. He had called me a maniac. I figured I would slap him.
I missed my brother hit the man in the mirror. Then I saw the glitter, it was he that did Thriller.
Michael Jackson, I put him in traction. He shouldn't be in videos that have a lot of action.
I didn't mean to do it, now he's mad at me, I knew it. Can't ever stop smoking, you won't pay your rent, it's a killer weed, you won't let the read, don't get caught, you motherfucking seed. You do violent crimes, but remember rhymes, stop at the dime, crime, you pay the money, we're making the slime. Condemn without a balance study, truth is covered in money, it's a DuPont, the government, here we answer, can make lots of money like Octopussy and Goldfinger. So anyway, we were,
What's up with my black brother getting taken to the tip of the hip to the lip from the tip of his head with a boot made of lead attached to a cop ready to shoot? The whole thing makes America puke. 6 against 1, they're having fun while Rodney King on throne didn't even have a gun. What's up? What's up with that?
to do more for the world than high tech and cyberspace. We live on Earth, so why not do what's best with the human race? We wouldn't for us will not be raped, sir. It makes biodegradable plastic, I will call that fantastic. It makes the best rope, but they rather call it dope. It makes Levi's last 4 times longer, makes them stronger, but the government rather talk about the bonga, the killer weed. Why don't they concede? Why don't they read about the facts and put our country back on track? Marijuana served mankind for over 1,200 years. Ray Morgan and cheers. That's what Hero said about the truth and how they want you to think it's like James Woods' boot. Hemp is the #1 solution to so many problems. Help us to solve them. Hemp was brought here to make America strong. The modern government made that wrong. Why don't they rewrite the Constitution or the Bill of Rights? All real Americans should stand up to fight for legislation. Better late than never. Let's legalize hemp and change the world forever. It's part of the answer for cancer. They legalized it too in World War II. Then when we won the war, they made it illegal again. Oh, I thought you knew. The fact is we were able to pay our taxes with hemp, and it was worth every cent. Hemp made all of our ships sails. Now they throw you in jail. Hent made Van Gogh's canvas. Now they damn this. Hent made Betsy Ross's flag. The government is bad. Look away, look away, look away, government. But we couldn't rap because we were too white, so we couldn't get a record deal. What?
What? Put it out now. Yeah.
Austin's got enough record labels. You can sure find something.
That's only a piece of the song too. It's a lot longer than that. We'll be here until 6 in the morning if we get up. Hemp is a long story.
What are you doing after?
What are we doing? What?
What are you doing after the show?
Oh, we gotta walk home. It's a long walk to LA. We only came out on a one-way ticket.
We missed our flight yesterday. Coming in here. I thought I forgot my wallet, so I made him turn around. We went back, and then it ended up being in the car anyway.
I told him, I know it's in your luggage. Why would it be back in your car? He goes, I'm positive for sure it's not in my luggage. I go, I'm telling you it's in your luggage. So we drove all the way back to the car. I mean, to his car. It wasn't in there. I go in the trunk. I go, here it is. I go, it's in your luggage. That's just a normal day for us, though. Everything's chaos.
Hey, what was y'all's favorite project you worked on?
Barbarians, yeah, was the most fun because
The horses and stuff.
Crush me, Wilbur. Right when we got out there, we couldn't deliver a line. We had 5 minutes to do the show. In 2 minutes, we were like, I guess you have to be there. If you could have saw it, it was funny. Oh, one more question before Steven Spielberg's coming to see us. He wants to do a 10-picture deal with us. We're gonna do a movie on the Hindenburg. They're gonna hire us to be the drivers. We deliver a new package called Hemp to save them.
Hey, can you elaborate on your guys' idea of spirituality and like why we're here?
It sounds funny because we always, but really that's what we're about. And I just wrote a book called The Night of the Light, the Verse of the Universe. The Night of the Light, the Verse of the Universe. And what it is, it's all in rhyme, and it tells why we come to this planet and what we're here for. Honestly, that's why I think that we never made it in acting. Come on, look at back then. Hulk Hogan was like wrestling. You know what I mean? Rap music was like huge, and bodybuilding was big, and it was good to be funny. And we were big, on steroids, rapping, and we couldn't get a deal to save our life. So, you know, everything is for a reason, and I think maybe now we have a real spiritual that, you know, one of these new movies that we're going to do will, you know, we don't even care if we ever act again, but I think if we do it because we like the script, it might become successful, and then we'll get our spiritual message out there through that. But I don't want to go into the spirituality thing now because we'll be here for a month. If you're interested, I have I'm at the Night of the Light, KNIGHT, the Night of the Light at gmail.com, and I'll send you the book, and then you can write back what you think about it. But I'm just signed with a real big book agent. I mean a literary agent who loves the book. And I have another book called The Kite Boy, about a kid. It's a metaphor from my life. It's about a kid trying to reach the stars with his kite, and everyone thinks he's out of his mind because his dream is so big, and then he finally makes his dream come true, and people send him string from around the world, and he reaches the stars with his kite. So that's my serious side.
The prisoners are treated so harshly in San Quentin.
All right, I guess that's it. Thanks for stopping by.
And stuff, if you guys want to get a picture or whatever, they'll be out there for a bit. So thank you very much for coming.